Love him or hate him, you must recognize that Scoop Jackson is one of the smoothest and most influential basketball writers in the country. HoopsTV was lucky enough to chill with Scoop for the day. Check it out.
Best coach all time, Chuck Daly. Best team all time, the 1983 Philadelphia 76ers. Best non-NBA team all time, the Olympic team. They win the whole Olympic without calling one timeout. Best ball player all time, sorry y'all gonna be mad about Michael Jordan, but yo, my pick, Julius Erving. Nah, man, I don't know how you feel. I'm going big time, man. It's just, I'm trying to be like George and Weezy, move up just a little bit. I'm the NBA cat for a lot of radio stations. Various things I want to talk about the playoffs. One about to talk something went on in the NBA, something I may have written. But LeBron, as I said in the column, is not a human being. He is a business. He's a multi-million-dollar business. And he has to think that way. I don't look for controversy. I don't look to do anything outside of the box. You know, I'm in it because I believe I'm decent at a craft. Best sports writer, including myself, because I'm not it. Gary Smith, Sports Illustrated, no doubt about it, hands locked down. Best columnist ever in sports, probably had to hand that to, and this is kind of iffy, but I got to hand it to my man Tony Kornheiser, Washington Post, got it locked down. For the most part, it's all about writing. You know, my days consist of writing and working stories out. Like I'm working on, for next week, I have to do this story on Wilt Chamberlain. If he existed playing basketball in 2005. The thing that to me, and this is my argument about Wilt, is that he was so much physically bigger than most of the people he played against, and that's what made his numbers so high. Thank God for Viagra. I don't know how to describe my writing. I've always said it's unapologetic. I've never tried to make any apologies for being a black writer or living a black experience or having readers understand where I'm coming from because they may not come from the experience that I come from. You have to embrace the work. You know, and my philosophy has always been enjoy the process and let the end results take care of themselves. All-star starting team. Magic Johnson at point, Michael Jordan at the 2, Julius Erving at the 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the 5, and I'll probably put Larry Bird at the 4. There you go. Best dunker of all time? Nah, it's not Vince. Dominique Wilkins. Vince is a very close number 2. Best guard all time, even though I didn't put him on my first team, probably Oscar Robertson. Best center of all time? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Wilt Chamberlain wouldn't have done it because he ain't play against anybody. Cap did his thing. All right, jumped in a little ride, take you around. I'm a big believer in black business and young brothers like myself, you know, trying to make moves, you know, having our own businesses and supporting that, even if it's coming by to say hi. Now, I'm a music cat. Got a column in Scratch magazine called 8-Track, so I got to keep up on my music. So to make sure I stay grounded, I come to the lab. Yo, my man, All Bangers is up in the crib, wow. PJ's up in the crib, and this is what I do. I make sure I keep my music game up, and they keep me up on things and check me so that when I write it in Scratch magazine, I ain't off beat. You know what I'm saying? What up, boy?
What's up, fam?
Harvey, All Bangs, PJ, doing their thing. People tend to act from a media standpoint, from my profession, that hip-hop and basketball are like born together and going to die together, and this is the only culture that does it. You know, you can't tell me there ain't no rock cats in baseball. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me there aren't no, country cats in football. Sports and athletics go hand in hand, but such a big deal is being made out of these cats because the Allen Iverson seems like, he could be a rapper if he wasn't doing this, or Michael Vick. Come on, man. Don't act like it's not being done in any other cultures. We're not the only culture that has a relationship between music and athletics. No, we just do what we do. Best college ball player all time, Pete Maravich. Mark Aguirre comes a close second, and then David Thompson. Pete Maravich, best college ball player all time. Best college team or university all time? UCLA did their thing, but I'm probably gonna have to roll with North Carolina on that one. Best basketball movie all time. Sports Illustrated talk about that Hoosiers. No, it's not happening. Cornbread Earl and Meek. We have my man, Time Out of Shannon, dopest barber in the country. Everybody thinks all the writing comes from me. It doesn't come from me. I got to check with him on certain things to make sure I make sense in what I do. All right, so yes, I think Shaq's going to be well rested when it comes time to play Detroit. I think Indiana's going to take it to 6 maybe. I give Reggie Miller one more heroic game.
One more three-pointer, huh?
One more three-pointer.
One more last-minute three-pointer.
I got to give Reggie one.
these terms of Chicago, I mean, when it comes to Chicago sports, when it comes to Chicago, especially when it comes to Chicago basketball, whether it's street ball, whether it's high school, whatever, Scoop is kind of like the staple. If I had to pick one word to say Scoop, it would just be raw. Raw and uncut.
Damn, sound like my sex life. Best basketball story never told is probably the story of the guy from here, Billy Harris from Chicago. Unbelievable. If this story ever gets told, Oprah's gonna wind up doing that movie. Best city for basketball all time, I wanna say Detroit. Detroit got it locked, and that's the argument I always lose, but I'm sticking with the shot all day. HoopsTV, thanks for hanging. Appreciate it, that's love. Gave y'all a fraction. You know, only had a little bit of time. If I had more, I'd have gave y'all the whole feature. You know how we do it, but it's love, Chicago basketball. I try to represent. That's all I do, I just try to represent.